We are back on Morning Line. Thanks for joining us. Josh Horn is with us from Social Security. Taking your calls, 737-7587. If you have questions or comments about your Social Security disability, whether or not it's time for you to take maybe early retirement or put it off, any question for him, he's here in the flesh. I could pinch him. He'll say, ouch. This is not a recording. You can get through on the line and we'll talk to you. So let's take the first call is from Ronnie. Ronnie, good morning. Hi, Ronnie.
Good morning.
How are you, my friend?
All right, how y'all?
Good.
I got two small questions. One, are we going to get a raise next year?
Here we go.
And the second question, I got a friend that's about 45 years old, and he's had heart attacks and stuff like that. How would I go about getting him disability?
Okay.
Yeah, so first question, as far as the cost of living adjustment or the raise for this year, we'll probably know that about November. Usually the Congress sits down usually in late October, early November, and make that decision. So we'll look forward to hearing from that before too long. But then as far as your friend, anybody can apply. There's about 3 different ways. You can come into our office. You can call and set up an appointment over the phone, or one of the easiest ways to do it is go online and to socialsecurity.gov and file for benefits there, and you just type in all your information and it comes over to our systems overnight, and then we'll evaluate it, call you if there's any problems, and then send it on over for the disability decision.
Just remember, as he said, this man's 45 years old and has had heart attacks, and that's young to have heart attacks, multiple heart attacks, but heart attacks alone are not a qualification. They could be. The bottom line is you apply and you have to be determined to be 100% disabled, and what that means, in my opinion, can vary from case to case. And, they look at it, but it doesn't mean it's a no-brainer he's going to get it. It would mean that these heart attacks are serious to the point, I guess, where he's been incapacitated, where he can no longer work. And if it's such a situation where he can't get up and move around, maybe, right? But just having heart attacks alone, it depends on the damage that's been done.
Well, not only does it have to be a 100% disabling condition, but it has to be expected to last for a year or longer. So in situations like this, and I don't know the severity of this man's heart attack, but I know stroke is another situation where they are 100% disabled, but after 6 or 9 months, they may have recovered enough, or it may be, the prognosis or the expectation is that they may have recovered enough in 6 to 9 months to go ahead and at least work, start working a little bit. And so that's another big deciding factor too. Now, when they make these decisions, they're taking into consideration a lot of things when they decide whether you are quote-unquote 100% disabled or not. Age is part of it, your education, your experience. If you've got several different jobs that you've done before, and maybe you can't do the most recent job, but you can do a different job that you used to do. And there's a difference between somebody who's 45 years old and has a heart attack versus somebody who's 60 years old and has a heart attack. And so that's all those things are taken into factors or into consideration when they make that decision.
Yeah, just keep in mind though, anyone can apply. All right, anyone can, but whether you get it, whole different ball game. Let's go to Diane. Good morning, Diane.
Yes.
Hi, Diane.
Yes.
What you got?
Hello?
Hello, you're on the air. Go ahead. What's your question, Diane?
Yes, can I drive my late husband's Social Security when I turn 60? He passed away 20 years ago, and I am 58.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you were married when he passed away, or married for at least 10 years in a divorce situation, that is something that you could potentially draw at age 60. There's a couple of things to consider when you look at that. One is that you will take a reduction. We talk a lot about early retirement. It's the same concept. When you draw early survivor benefits, you're going to take a reduction if it's below, if you take it before the full retirement age, which I think right now is about 66. It's transitioning to 66 to 67. So if you take it at 60, you can draw, but it may be a little bit early. The other thing is you are going to be subject to that earnings limit that we talk about from time to time. Again, normally we talk about that in retirement situations, but also in survivor widow situations. If you're still working full-time, you may not be able to draw, but if you're not working or you're only working just a little bit, that may be something you want to look at age 60.
Okay, yeah. I just wonder, so what are you thinking of doing?
Again, and I'm not working, so.
So you're not working, so you're not working, and what are you living on now?
I'm living with my mother.
Oh, okay. And so then you're thinking that you'll go ahead and draw that early retirement because you're not working and you're entitled to doing that. You understand by doing that, by not waiting, you're going to get a lot less money.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Well, and that's a lot of people make that choice. If they need it now, they need it now. Well, good for her.
Well, and the other thing.
Okay, so do I have to apply a year before time?
No, about 3 months.
About 3 months. Okay, well, thank you very much.
You betcha,
Absolutely.
man. Take care. Yeah, everyone's situation is different, and if she's not working and she's living with her mom, getting that revenue now makes good sense.
Well, we get some folks that'll start drawing their survivor benefits, and this is one of the few situations where you can do this, but start drawing their survivor benefits at age 60 or 62 and let their own grow.
Oh, right.
And then they can switch over to their own record a little bit later. I don't know if that's her circumstance,
Maybe, yeah,
but we
I didn't
do
ask her
see
that. That's a possibility as well. So you could take the retirement benefits early from your deceased spouse, let yours grow, and then when you get to the retirement age, you stop drawing on that, and you draw yours, which I assume would be more because you've waited.
Yeah, and if
depending on how much you earned
and if you
over
think
your
you're in
career.
that situation, you want to definitely call us. Let us go over the numbers with you and make sure that that's a good plan. But yeah, we have a lot of folks that do that.
Okay, let's go next to Ray. Ray, good morning. Hi, Ray.
Yeah, I got a question. Y'all talking about it being real dangerous about giving out your Social Security numbers and stuff like that. Why is it then that the Little League and when your children want to play baseball or these junior league football or something other in the summer, they want you to bring your birth certificate, your Social Security, their birth certificate, their Social Security card, a picture of the child, a picture of you, your driver's license and all that stuff, and you turn it over to these people that are in charge of that, and they have no security on it, and everybody that works in that place has advantage to all that. What's protection there for the children, for our children and grandchildren, so they can play ball and play sports, yet turn all that information over to them? I recommend that my grandchildren don't even play, and they want to play, and I want them to, but why give
That's a
out
shame.
that information?
Well, what your thoughts on that? Because I'm not aware to that degree. I do know that Little Leagues want to make sure that they have proper registration. They want to confirm the correct age, because believe it or not, there's some parents that try to have their older kids play with younger kids or whatever, which messes things up. And they want to know that there's the proper parent guardian. So I understand them asking for that information. What's your take? I know a long time ago they stopped using Social Security numbers as ID numbers like they did for me when I was in college, which was a wise move. But what's your take on that? Are you familiar at all with, you have kids, I mean, when they ask for all these things?
Now, I don't know about Little League. I don't recall being asked for a Social Security card. I'm with you on the birth certificate. I kind of see where they're coming from.
Want to confirm age.
On that. Yeah. Social Security card, I'm not sure, other than just another piece of identification. I know that most of the time, for example, when the DMV asks for, they have several different things you can bring to them, but the easiest one usually for them to ask for is the Social Security card. But that's just because they need 2 or 3 pieces of information to confirm who you are. But in the situations of a Little League or something with children, I'm not really sure. A lot of it's just that organization's policy, if you will, and a lot of people probably don't ask or don't question it, and maybe that's what we need to do.
You don't think about it. Well, I got to be honest. I can understand asking for a driver's license and maybe a birth certificate or some proof of the child's age and some proof that you are indeed their parent or legal guardian. I don't know why one of these organizations would need your Social Security number. I mean, you're paying them the money to play, and I'm not sure why they need your Social Security number. But even if that's the case, this is just my opinion, Ray, and I understand. You don't want to get to the point where you're paranoia, okay, and not maybe allowing your grandkids to play, because I can tell you in the news business, I have yet to have done a story, and maybe I missed it, but I have yet to have done or seen a story where a Little League took some Social Security numbers they got from the parents and used them for a malicious means. I just have not seen that. This is a group, I just don't see that being a concern. Could it happen? I suppose. But you get to know the people involved, maybe ask them what level of security there is, maybe even ask them, why the heck do you need my Social Security number? I'm paying you money, here's my ID, here's my kid's birth certificate, and let them play. I mean, that would not be a deterrent for me with my child. I mean, this is Social Security, this is Little League, they're good people, whatever. But I'm surprised they ask for that much if they do.
Yeah, a lot of organizations, it's just a convenient number to associate a name with, and that's really shouldn't be like that, but that's just a convenience type of thing.
But yeah, Ray, I think it's good that he's concerned and is aware of it, but I wouldn't make that a reason for my kids not to play. I really wouldn't. Yeah. We'll take a break. We'll take more of your calls. We've got several coming in right now for Josh when we come back right after this. Stay with us.